Hi, I'm Joseph Hallett, PGA Certified Professional here at the PGA Center for Learning and Performance. Currently, we've located in the Museum of Golf here on PGA Village grounds, and today with me we have an exciting new partner, T-Golf, and Chris MacDonald is here with us, the originator, inventor, and I would say great observer of the game of golf, to understand this isn't it's a simple game. It's not the easiest game to start, but thank you for joining us at the PGA Center for Learning and Performance as a new partner, and we look forward to a great partnership.
Well, we're extremely excited about working with the PGA Center for Learning and Performance and all your professionals in the field. We've worked on an application now for almost 8 years, and we've finally got a final version of the product to you folks, and we're excited about its capabilities.
I can tell you the prototypes that we were privy to and ran through many of our programs that we have here, junior golfers, beginning golfers, adaptive golfers, some of the different styles of tees that you originally came out with. And the one neat thing is the club head and the club head design took a lot of study, took a lot of thought, but that's the one thing that has maintained status quo. So kind of without any further ado, in your own words, can you explain what T-Golf is?
Absolutely, Joe. Every year, manufacturers come out with farther and straighter stories.
Right.
And, you know, that's what the consumer hears year in and year out. What we decided to do was go easier to hit. Okay, so understanding that the two biggest reasons people play golf are the excitement of hitting a golf ball and the opportunity to socialize, how could we bring that to the market? Well, there's 3 ways that you can make a golf ball easier to hit.
Okay.
A bigger club face.
I'm on board with that.
A shorter shaft.
Right.
And move the ball closer to eye level. So what you see here is a modified club. There's the bigger club face. There's the shorter shaft. And we use a telescoping tee to bring the ball closer to eye level for the student. And the benefits of this product to players of all skill levels are immediate and enormous, because what we're forcing the individual to do is to work from a position of superior balance. And that's critical to teaching the golf swing.
Well, and from a standpoint of an instructor and a teacher, what we're looking at here, and Chris, you've been nice enough to share some of this equipment with us, many of our directives towards junior golf, and as we move forward into Golf 2.0, and we want to get the game of golf growing again. Every year it grows and shrinks, and grows and shrinks. And it's that, I don't want to say it's the New Year's mentality, but you know, everybody's excited about getting into golf, and then they realize, you know, this is a little harder than I thought. Everybody wants to make those resolutions and get in shape, but it's a little harder than you thought. And one of the things we've discovered with our PGA Sports Academy and so many of our other programs is something we are calling a near golf experience. Now that's somewhere between a golf course and something that can happen off of a golf course. We have golf in schools with the gyms, and we've seen people hitting plastic clubs and tennis balls and wiffle balls and Nerf balls and all kinds of different associations. We took a neat step here, and that's why I was so excited when we could get you on board with the Center for Learning and Performance. It's a real golf club.
Correct.
It's a real golf club. It has, if I'm not incorrect, 12 degrees of loft, and we'll talk about that from an instruction standpoint in a minute. Real golf shaft. It's big, but it doesn't weigh a lot.
Right.
So juniors can handle it, easy for beginners, and I know, and I want you to touch on this in a little bit, adaptive golfers, many of our wounded warriors, this is a piece of equipment that they can handle with arm strength and hand strength.
Absolutely. The portability of this equipment allows the individual to get a fundamentally sound golf experience at non-traditional venues. Not only is this equipment excellent for driving ranges and conventional golf courses, but schoolyards, parks, gymnasiums, beaches, family picnics. Now, with limited flight balls, tennis balls, you can use any ball type with our equipment, including golf balls, but 15 minutes a day of practicing the correct fundamentals beats the heck out of 2 hours a day of searching for something that you don't know what you're looking for. And by forcing the issue on the student, by working from a position of better balance, the results are just off the charts.
Chris, that's one of the things that he has discovered, Chris specifically has discovered, is the idea of better balance, and that, as you'll see when we do a demonstration out on one of our teaching tees, the student is more upright, more of a waist-to-waist position. But I'd like to bring about 2 very important parts. And one is the phenomenon we see with beginner golfers. The concept is that the ball is on the ground. The golfer notoriously attempts to help, to scoop, whatever we want to call it. There is a breakdown of the left wrist. There is an effort to get that ball in the air. And specifically, we're speaking of our contingent of golfers that decides to start this game without a lesson, and as so many of us know, that is a big majority of people that are getting into the game. What does that mean? That means that we've got a very serious, incorrect fundamental that is going to inhibit their ability to hit almost all the clubs in their bag except 2 or 3 properly. What this club does with a 12-degree face angle at almost waist high is put the golfer in a position where if he were going to recreate that move, the ball would literally shoot straight to the left of him. Almost, it would feel like he was going to hit it behind him or herself. So from this standpoint, from a true mechanic, in order to launch this ball off the tee, you've got a club head that develops a much better impact position. At our teaching coaching summit this year, we saw so much of the importance of that impact position. As an instructor and a PGA certified professional in instruction, I see the value of getting golfers away from the trying to lift in the beginning and learning a move that gives a flatter left wrist position at impact. That's point one. That's just my mild observation. But I will tell you this much. When you came in and spent time with us, immediately my mind went backwards in time, and I remembered a name, Bill Strasbaugh, who we have an award named after. And Coach, as he was affectionately known, started people with a short club and on a tall table. And little by little, he lowered the table and lengthened the club. It's not my observation. It's not many professionals' observation. If Bill thought it was a good idea to teach people that way, then doggone it, it's a good idea. You see it from balance. I see it from impact. And that's just for the average golfer. Tell me about juniors in this. I mean, it's something they can handle, and I've seen it. It's fun.
Yes, it is. There's a couple of things in play here. For the junior, if you want the junior to stay with the game, you have to give them the excitement of hitting the ball. You have to. The frustration level and the attention span for the little ones isn't good, as we know. So if we can immediately deliver that excitement while generating the correct foundational moves for the swing, it's a win-win. So what we're seeing is we have juniors that will go out on the golf course with the club and the tee. They'll hit their ball, they'll go down the fairway, pick their ball back up, put it back up on the tee, and hit it again. So as an entry-level game for the junior, it's similar to what softball would be to baseball. They're learning about the facility, the game, while learning the correct swing mechanics, and the retention that we're seeing and the excitement that we're seeing, and the removal of the frustration, humiliation, and replacing it with confidence and fun is just a very, very rewarding thing to witness time and time again.
It's not a far step from watching Junior hit this till Dad says, give me that thing, I want to try it.
Correct.
Adaptive golf, our Wounded Warriors.
Yep.
Chris, if you would, please speak on this. This is such, it's such a part that hits home with so many of our professionals. But you had a chance at a tour event earlier this year, and I know many of the golf publications have commented on the ability of this to grow the game in that area, whether it be a one-handed swing. But you said it best. People want to feel that club hit the ball, and it's a real club and a real ball.
Correct. We're very, very excited. We had a couple of pilot programs running back in New York. We actually won the most innovative therapeutic program in the state of New York for our work with veterans at the hospital in Northport and up in Schenectady. And what happens is the veterans now can go out onto the quads of their hospital and play a version of golf. And so what they'll do is they'll hit a ball off the higher tee, and they'll pick a tree or another target as the hole, and whatever they shoot to get there, the person who won gets to pick the next hole. So you're starting to see these off golf course games develop, but interestingly, the best biomechanics and physical therapists at these facilities put together a 30-page PowerPoint presentation for me, and I didn't ask them to do this. They just did this because they saw what this equipment was doing for the people they were working with, and they identified the social, physical, emotional, and cognitive benefits of this product for these folks. And they were very, very polite in saying, look, if you can help people with disabilities, the benefits to people that are able-bodied is tenfold. So they said use that quote because it's a fact. So it's very, very interesting. You know, a lot of this is by accident. You know, we didn't come out saying we're going to develop the simplest way to teach the golf swing, but we've kind of stumbled across a method that takes advantage of superior balance, and basically what we've done is we complete the upright drill that we see the best players in the world doing day in and day out. You know, we see the better players crossing their arms on the practice range before they start hitting balls and rotating around their spine. We see them hold a golf club out in front of them, and you know, there's many, many horizontal plane drills that we see. Well, guess what? By adding the hand-eye component with our equipment for the to that better player's drill, we've completed the drill. Now the ball striking is and the eye focus is there, and you get ball flight feedback. So this equipment for the better player completes the upright drill and will allow them to get centered on balance and their tempo faster than anything else that's out there on the market.
So let me follow this, and we've got a way to start juniors, we've got a way to start beginners, and it's a qualified start. It's something that will deliver a good impact position. Chris, as you said, it's a good superior balance position. We're able to bring adaptive golfers into this, and yes, you touched on it. If you put a top-notch, if you put a tour professional on this, it will give them immediate feedback as if to their spine angle is changing, or their path into the ball may be a little more circuitous than they hope for. So even the good player can understand, as you say, some of these drills about maintaining some postures and angles through the swing. We've got from 40 to 0. Is there anything we can't do with this club except maybe hang a picture?
Well, I'll tell you this. If Mrs. Fiddlesticks has never hit a ball in her life, any ball for that matter, why would you start her with this?
It is golf and it is a golf club, but it is a challenge.
It is a challenge. There's no doubt about it. And we know what the success ratio has been in that environment. So there has to be a better way to get her hitting the ball. If the two biggest reasons people are playing are the excitement of hitting the ball and the opportunity to socialize, let's give that to them in buckets and let the swing develop over time. And so that's what we're seeing, is that the ability to develop and retain players because they're getting the excitement of hitting the ball and replacing that frustration and humiliation with that fun. I think it's a clear win for the industry and for the professionals teaching.
Chris, we're going to go outside and we're going to kind of demonstrate this as to how we utilize this from the different tee levels. But to give you a concept, we're looking at something that almost starts at a waist-high swing with the ball teed up at a relatively almost a waist-high position. We then lower the tee. Now we've got a swing that might go shoulder to shoulder, and literally the next step down is with a longer golf club and a ball on a regular short tee. It is just a logical progression. We're sending someone out and we're allowing them to run a 100-yard dash, but we're teaching them to run 10 yards, then 20 yards, then 40, and the next thing you know, they're across the finish line.
Absolutely correct. And my point is this: if the person cannot execute the foundation for the golf swing from a position of better balance, the upright drill, then attempting to do this is folly. If they can't do it from a position of superior balance, and that's where the trained eye, and what I look for is just like playing basketball. When you're shooting, and making 8 out of 9 free throws, obviously you want to go 10 for 10, but 8 out of 9. So if you're hitting 7, 8 shots on the button at a level, it's time to take them down a little bit. And people ask me all the time, well, how fast do they go through it? Well, it depends on the individual's athleticism, and you'll find that there are guys that'll go through this and gals that'll go through this very, very quickly, and others that will, not be as fast, but they will be much more productive than if they were working with conventional equipment. So it's an opportunity to really get everybody involved and keep them involved, and I think that's the critical thing here, is the growth of the game, the business development side of the game, the player development side are hand in hand. Without player development, you don't have business development.
We can use all the players that we can get on a golf course any day of the week. I will share with you that there are many methods that we use down here to teach our beginning golfers. This is one of the many opportunities that is available to you if you value your junior or beginner or adaptive golf programs as needing to have fun, as needing to develop some core fundamentals, such as a good impact position, such as a good core position, and a body balance position, an idea of building a swing from kind of a short position to a longer position and then at a different angle. If you value this, this is one of the many tools that we use down here. And again, I can't thank you enough and all the hard work that you and PGA have done to align us in this partnership. And as much as I want to just sit here and say this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, I want our professionals to know it is a great tool. It is a link between having someone experience real golf and have great success at it very early. And as I said earlier, if this methodology was good enough for Bill Strasbaugh, then there is some real credibility behind it. It's not just a kicky game. Look at the value and the fundamentals that are developed with this. Find a way to put tee golf into your beginner or junior programs. Find a way to get anything that involves fun and a very simplified and successful learning curve, and we're going to grow the game of golf, and I commend you for that.
Thank you very much. We're excited about it, and you know, we're looking forward to a long-term relationship with you folks and a very, very successful effort in building the game and growing the sport.
Well, I will tell you what, one of the secrets of golf is we can talk about it for a while, but I'd rather get out and demonstrate this thing and show you how it works.
That sounds like fun. Thanks.